What is up guys, Alex here, otherwise known as Clash with Style, and we are back with another MLCW playoff war, and this one is between Lannister Gold and PinoyLegions 2.0. And for those who don't know, this is in the Masters League of the MLCW. There's different divisions, and this is the Masters League playoffs. Unfortunately, Lannister Gold, the clan that I've been covering plenty of their content, they did get beat, so congratulations to PinoyLegions 2.0 on the 1-star victory. Very close there indeed. And today we're going to be taking a look at 2 attacks from the Lannister Gold side, a Town Hall 9 and a Town Hall 10 attack. And we're going to be taking a look at 3 attacks from the PinoyLegions side, Town Hall 9, 10 and 11. So make sure you stay tuned for them, and we're just going to jump straight into it, into the Lannister Gold attacks. We're going to be starting off here down at the bottom with a Town Hall 9 attack, and as you can see, going in with the witches, and the witches are probably one of the most popular strategies at Town Hall 9. If you haven't already, make sure you go and check out my tutorial on how to use witches at Town Hall 9. I will leave a card just here. Make sure you go and check that out. It is really informative, and it will help you improve your Town Hall 9 strategies using witches. And we've got Joe Jr. going in here, gets those golems out in front to start poison spell down on that queen to just mitigate some of the damage onto that golem. We want it to stay up and tank for as long as possible. The witches, of course, in behind, and we now have the bowlers going through. Heroes are also in, but it looks like the troops are starting to wander around this base, so we will need to get jump spells down relatively soon to give these troops access further into the base. It looks like the king and the queen, with the help of some skeletons there, are going to bust into that compartment on the left hand side. Jump spell going to give that king access into the bomb tower and expo compartments there. The clan castle is out on that right hand side. The witches trying their best to deal with that over there. Poison spell, of course, helps out a lot. They're taking down all those little skeletons that the witches summoned. Rage and heal go down in the center for the small amount of troops that are there, mainly for the heroes. And it looks like the witches swinging around this top right hand side are doing a significant amount of the work for us. Queen is going to step up, deal with that expo there on the right hand side, and with the queen's ability still in hand, this base is going to be destroyed. 45 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time for Joe to finish off this base. That bowler down on the bottom has stayed alive the whole time, swung around that bottom section, and will help to do a little bit of cleanup. Looks like, unfortunately, that jump spell did wear off there, so the queen and the king are going to bash through the walls now. Queen does still have her ability in hand, probably could actually swag it, but she is going to take out that cannon, then have to bust through a wall right there. So we will just speed this up to ×2 to finish off. But as you can see, Joe is going to be able to get the job done here. King gets through that wall. Queen's ability used almost pretty pointlessly. Tesla goes down, and the first 3-star of this video is achieved. So well done to Joe Jr. on that. I know he is one of Lannister Gold and Nulldus 2.0. They are best Town Hall 9 attackers. I've actually done some attacks alongside him in the new NDL wars, so exciting to see some of his attacks on the channel. Let's go and take a look now at a Town Hall 10, Hog Rider attack. And the next attack we have is from Aya, going in here with 4 P.E.K.K.A.s and 23 Hog Riders. So interesting to see. I've covered this strategy a couple of times before. I know Fergalicious from Dream Team in some of my older episodes certainly loves using this strategy at Town Hall 10. The P.E.K.K.A.s do a great job at smashing through all these buildings, cleaning them all out, which will allow the heroes straight into the center. The Wall Wrecker will be out in front. Most of the time with a Hog Rider attack, we will be using the Wall Wrecker right there. Sometimes you may see a Stone Slammer or whatnot on the back end, but yeah, going to be using that Wall Wrecker right there. Unfortunately, that single target Inferno is locked onto that Wall Wrecker, but it looks like Aya has got the bowlers from that Wall Wrecker exactly where they wanted them, and they are going to be under rage and a heal, and will be able to take down both of the Inferno towers down on this bottom section. So getting huge value from those right there. The Queen does still have her ability, which is going to be missed. Aya was too busy getting the Hog Riders in from this right hand side, and unfortunately it looks like that Queen's ability was missed. She probably would have been able to take down that cannon as well as the archer tower, so these hogs now have that to deal with on the back end. Luckily it looks like that giant from the wall wrecker is actually tanking that expo, so the Hog Riders won't have that to deal with. Giant bomb goes off right there. Aya getting a heal spell down in plenty of time. Hog Riders starting to split now, going to push onto that air defense, and some are going to push onto that archer tower. Going to use another heal spell there. Couple of Hog Riders on the back end to clean out that Tesla there. Aya obviously realizing there probably would be a Tesla farm, and these P.E.K.K.A.s still swinging around with the help of a couple of wizards on the back end, doing some huge work for us, staying up the whole of this attack. Those Hog Riders getting caught by a giant bomb, a small bomb and a spring trap there all at the end, but it's not going to be enough to stop Aya from 3-starring this base. Those Hog Riders are going to sprint into the middle, going to go as fast as they can to take care of that clan castle as well as the dark elixir storage. We will just speed it up to ×2 there just to finish off, and as that goes down, Aya picks up a very strong 3-star there, with even swagging his Queen's ability. Even though it was missed, I'm going to count it as a swagged ability because it wasn't needing to be used. Still picked up that 3-star nonetheless. So well done on that one. We're now going to go and take a look at 3 of the attacks from the winning side, PinoyLegions 2.0. Brent Matthew is going to be the first attacker here, going in against Joe, who we just saw at the start of this video. The first attack was from Joe. So Brent Matthew going to be getting a little bit of revenge here. Going to be starting off with those heroes on that left hand side, going to be suing them in to take care of one of those air defenses. Took care of another 2 air defenses using lightning spells, so the Queen will be able to take care of that one on the left hand side. 2 already have gone down to those lightning spells, which is not very common. You don't really tend to see that. All those archers will certainly cause some issues. Definitely would have probably wanted a poison spell for those archers. The Queen is going to need to step up here and do a little bit of work. We have already taken down that air defense though on the left hand side. Queen's ability on the bottom there, just used in time to take care of that clan castle, and in comes the bulk of our army here. Going to be bringing max level balloons there from the clan castle rather than a dragon, which is interesting. A lot of people tend to bring that max dragon, but Brent opting to bring those max level balloons, and they will tear through the base. Both of the haste spells used very early on there. God, I can't even get my words out, excuse me. And so which will allow these balloons to just continue pushing on through this base. However, this Queen on the back end is just going to shred through those balloons. We have plenty of dragons still up though. Looks like 6 of our dragons still going pretty strong. We will need to get them onto that enemy Queen to take that down. Luckily they will splash damage the expo while they're taking care of the Queen, and at this point we only have that 1 archer tower on this bottom side of the base. Brent very confident indeed, going in from the opposite side of the town hall, obviously knowing he should be able to 3-star this base if everything goes correctly. And Brent still has 2 minions, which I'm guessing will be used just to help on the cleanup. I'm going to get them down in from this bottom section. That archer tower doing some work onto the dragon that is on that right hand side. Those archers have already taken care of a couple of the dragons, I believe, but it looks like the dragons now getting onto that town hall will pick up the 2nd star. They will move through onto the bomb tower and the archer tower to take care of this one, and at this point this base is destroyed. Brent saw an easy air defense takedown using his heroes. Lightning spells took care of the other one, and the other one was right on the edge, and he was easily able to take care of that with the use of a haste spell and a couple of balloons. So a great Town Hall 9 3-star there using dragons. So well done to Brent Matthew on that one. Let's go and take a look at the Town Hall 10 Hog Rider attack. And here we have Reaper going in here with a very similar army to that of what we just saw Lannister Gold use. those 4 P.E.K.K.A.s going to be coming in here and ripping through this top side of the base. We do have a couple of wizards, unfortunately, that did get taken out at the start of this, and it looks like those P.E.K.K.A.s are going to deal with the enemy king nice and early on. Queen is now in behind that wall wrecker, king is in too. That multi-target inferno will not do too much damage onto our troops, and we will get onto it pretty quickly. We have a lava hound coming out of the clan castle, and I'm just going to point out as well, all of the attacks I'm showing in today's video were 3-starred on the first hits, so there was no knowledge from Reaper going into this base. He had no idea where the traps were, no idea where what was in the clan castle, excuse me. So all of these were blind hits, and all of them were 3-stars. So certainly some impressive stuff indeed. The wall wrecker now popping, and out comes those bowlers under rage and a heal are going to be able to rip through plenty of those buildings down on the bottom section. Unfortunately, a lot of those lava pups are going to be doing some huge work onto our bowlers. But look, we've ripped through so much of this base, so the Hog Riders really do not have too much work at all to do. They're going to be coming in from that right hand side, unfortunately catching a giant bomb very early on there, getting onto that bomb tower, ripping through that, but Reaper getting a heal spell down nice and early to keep these Hog Riders up for as long as possible. Queen is going to do a little bit of tanking for these Hog Riders. Going to need to get a heal spell down relatively soon. There it goes. We've got a couple of skeletons chasing us around. The Queen, just clinging on to dear life, is going to deal with the majority of them. We have 1 heal spell left for the back end of this one, probably not even needing to be used, but it is going to go down right there just to make sure, in case there's a giant bomb in there, which there isn't, that these Hog Riders will stay alive and help with the cleanup. The archer tower goes down and the Hog Riders have done their job. Luckily, the Queen just clinging on to dear life on the bottom section of the base. Any bomb at all would take her down. One swing from a skeleton trap as well probably would be the end of her, but she's going to help with cleanup as long as she has that slither of health left. We've got a wizard with the help of a Hog Rider and an archer cleaning up from the right hand side, and of course the Hog Riders that stayed up through this whole attack going to be cleaning up there on the left hand side. And as that last building falls right there, Reaper picks up a very strong Town Hall 10 3-star. Those Hog Riders really did not have too much work at all to do, and they completely ripped through the back end of this one. So very impressive stuff indeed. Let's go and take a look at the last attack of this video, which is a Town Hall 11 Dragbat. Albert is going to be going in on this one. Where is the Town Hall? Down on this bottom section. And like I said, going to be going in here with Dragbat. So starting off on this right hand side, we have an Ice Golem out in front to do a little bit of tanking for us. Is going to catch that giant bomb and should freeze up quite a few of these defenses, which should allow the King, P.E.K.K.A. and the Queen to rip through plenty of these buildings here on the right hand side to get this funnel set to make sure the dragons head into that base. The Queen is going to step up, and hopefully, if everything goes to plan, she is not going to go that way. Never mind, I was saying she was going to hopefully push up towards the top of the base and deal with that air defense, but it looks like she isn't going to do what Albert was wanting her to do. She has walked around this base and is not even going to be able to get that multi-target inferno, so she has not done what she was meant to do, and this one is already going to be a tough ask for Albert to deal with. All of his troops now coming in from this right hand side. Of course, at Town Hall 11 we have that Eagle artillery to deal with, so they are going to be pushing straight in towards that. Warden's ability used pretty late on there, missing 2 of those Eagle shots, so they got some pretty big value there. This base is looking pretty strong right now, but obviously Albert is going to be doing something right. In comes the Bat Bomb, able to freeze up that multi-target inferno as well as that Wizard Tower. Using a free spell there on nothing, so I actually didn't even need that second free spell there. The bats are completely ripping through all of these defenses. They have split up, and with the help of the dragons tanking for the bats, they have destroyed all of this left hand side of the base. The dragons are now going to come down from the top. The bats, sorry, are going to come down from the top. They were still alive up there, but we have all of these balloons that came out of that Stone Slammer that was doing some serious work and some tanking for those bats there on the left hand side. And it looks like that Expo is going to be the last defense to go down. The balloons, once they've dealt with this mortar, are going to swing over there. The bat's going to do a little bit of tanking there for the balloons. The Expo now locking onto a full health loon, which will give the other ones a chance to get in there and take it down. Boom, down goes the Expo All the defenses are now down, and it's just a case of cleanup for Albert. So even though his suicide heroes didn't go the way he planned it, his warden, I'm noticing there, actually must have got taken out by a Seeking Airmine or by some air defenses or by something, as he is just looking a little bit dizzy over there on that right hand side. So even with his heroes not going the way he wanted to, Albert's still able to get the job done on this one. So very impressive stuff indeed, excuse me. And we will just speed this up to ×2 to allow these dragons a little bit to move a little bit faster and get the job done there. Very, very impressive stuff indeed. A hugely close war. And again, congratulations to Pinoy Legions on the victory. They will progress further through into the playoffs. I'm not too sure who they're up against next, but best of luck to them. And condolences to Lannister Gold and Nulldus 2.0. And yeah, that brings us to a close for this video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, leave a like, comment too, let me know which one of these 5 attacks was your favourite. Were you supporting the Lannister Gold side, or were you supporting the Pinoy Legions 2.0 side? I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.